According to a new report, Trump may sign an executive order to jumpstart nuclear energy. He may sign it today. Energy Secretary Chris Wright is with us. Sir, can you confirm this, and can you tell me how you're going to boost nuclear power?
Yes, the president and the whole administration is all in on nuclear energy. After natural gas, it's our second biggest source of electricity, and it could grow massively. So we're trying to remove some regulatory barriers, free up some lands in the Department of Energy, my department, and the Department of Defense for developers to move faster. We have private capital ready to go. We just need a few enabling actions from the government.
And there will be an announcement of that today, I take it. I just want you to confirm that.
Yes, I believe indeed you will see that this afternoon. But it's been in works. It's been in the works for weeks. This is a potentially hugely growing energy source for Americans, and we're all in on letting it loose.
Mr. Secretary, you, along with Interior Secretary Doug Burgum and several Asian energy people, I understand you're going to be meeting in Alaska on June the 2nd. Is this all about the massive Alaska LNG pipeline project that's designed to sell LNG to Asian countries? Is that what this meeting's all about?
Well, indeed, that's one of the big catalysts for this event. You know, there's just tremendous resources in Alaska for natural gas. We just don't have the infrastructure to move it yet. We build that infrastructure, it's nearby, and we can supply our allies in East Asia. So, yeah, that's a huge part of this trip. The broader issue, though, Stuart, is, look, the last administration sanctioned Alaska more than it sanctioned Iran. We need to let the Alaskan people loose to develop their energy resources, their critical mineral resources. We'll also be with Native Americans in the North Shore of Alaska. They are patriotic Americans that their communities have been dramatically impacted by energy development. Their life expectancy's grown, their economic opportunities grew, and then they were shackled for 4 years under the last administration.
Sure.
And we're going to tell them we hear them, we care about them, and energy development in Alaska is going to get going again.
But, Mr. Secretary, am I right in saying that you want Asian countries to pony up $40 billion or more to build that pipeline to export LNG to Asia? You're talking serious money here that you want from Asia.
Oh, I think the biggest role for the Asian countries is going to be to purchase the natural gas, to take offtake agreements. I suspect some of them will also invest in the pipeline project, but more important is just to get long-term customers for the project. But yeah, I think we'll see investment from those countries in the project. But if we have offtake agreements, the project's financeable.
Okay, last one, Mr. Secretary. Does the big, beautiful bill effectively kill the Green New Deal for good?
It does. Look, the wind subsidies are over 30 years old. The solar subsidies are over 20 years old. That's enough. It's a ton of government money that's gone out the door. And what have we got from it? More expensive electricity prices. So I think it's time to come to an end. And yes, indeed, the big, beautiful bill will put an end to these subsidies. Not to those technologies. If they can compete in the marketplace, great. But the massive government subsidies for them will indeed come to an end. Promises made, promises kept.
Now, those big subsidies, the money has been scheduled for delivery sometime in the future. I think we're talking hundreds of billions of dollars. Does it take an act of Congress to rescind that money, to take it back?
It does. It does indeed. And that is in the House bill that was passed about 24 hours ago.
Can you tell me more about the permitting process for nuclear power? Because, as you say, we need to speed it up. What permits are you going to drop to get more quickly nuclear power?
Well, we're going to have separate permitting authority on Department of Energy lands. We have a big, the Idaho National Lab is really the lab based on nuclear technology. So we're going to let people come in a year or two and put their reactors in test sites we have so we can test operate them there. Obviously, we're in dialogues with the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. Everybody wants safety assurances and minimal environmental impacts, but the NRC has become so overreaching, so difficult to get a permit that it takes a lot of time. You could not, Stuart, if you showed up today with Grand Central Station, New York City, the train station, it could not be permitted as a nuclear power plant because the radiation from its granite is too high to be permitted. We've just gone overboard, and that has really strangled the development of nuclear power. We're just going to try to reset that clock to a more reasonable regulatory burden. and some incentives as well to get this development going again. We got to be ready to win the AI race, and nuclear is a great source of growing energy.
I just need a time frame. If you've got the money and you've got approval, how long from breaking ground to create actual getting nuclear power out of that project? Is it 2 years, 3 years, 4, 5 years? How many years is it?
Well, we're going to see. We're trying to make it as fast as possible. It's probably in the 3 to 5 year range. But we're going to see shovels in the ground this year and many new projects breaking ground next year. And people are going to start to feel the nuclear renaissance. Some stuff, Stuart, that is happening faster is we're restarting a large nuclear power plant in southwestern Michigan. It was turned off 2.5 years ago, way before end of life for that plant. That'll be back on by the end of the year. That's nearly another gigawatt of power on our grid.
Mr. Secretary, thanks very much for taking time out to be with us this morning. Always a pleasure. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Stuart.